Good afternoon, Clarksville. My name is Julie Brockovich.
And I'm Suzanne Perry.
And today we're bringing you the breaking news on Standpoint Theory. We've been told that Standpoint Theory is about different locations within the social hierarchy and how different standpoints and views are different between marginalized people. Also, this notable idea was brought to you by Sandra Harding.
Sandra Harding was born March 29, 1935. Her famous notable idea was the strong objectivity. She's a philosopher still to this day.
Okay, yeah. I think she's 78 now.
Yeah. And then she also paired up with Julia T. Wood, who is still a professor.
Yeah, at the University of Pennsylvania. Today we have a special treat for you guys. We have flown in all the way from England Dr. Wilhelmina Crumpet. She's here today to talk about her views on Standpoint Theory and how she teaches the class.
All right, let's welcome her.
All right, let's do it.
We're back. I'm Jessica Jones, and I'm here with Dr. Crumpet from London. How are you today?
I'm doing fabulous, thank you.
So, please tell me about your classes that you teach in London.
Well, I teach a diversity and medias class to some graduate students, and we often talk about Standpoint Theory. I always want to have a deep understanding for my students, and I always try to get it down to more simple terms for them. Basically, Standpoint Theory is more about the experience of others and how they view the world. You know, quite simple, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
I like to break it down and give them examples for them to understand it. A common example that I like to use is the one about the dating. You know, have you ever been on a date and one is high on life and having the time of the life, and the other one's ready for the check and ready to leave? Yeah, that's quite popular with the females. They seem to understand it better with that one. So there's that.
I know one of your articles, Miss Crumpet, that you talk about marginalized groups, so please explain that to me.
Okay, well, you know, in dictionary terms or, you know, in proper terms about the Standpoint Theory, it often talks about the different views of, you know, your sex, race, you know, sexual diversity. Marginalized groups is actually smaller groups of society, such as, you know, the poor, lesbians, gays, and even women. That's where the feminist standpoint and theory comes from. It's very hand in hand with the Standpoint Theory. But also, to break it down, the Standpoint Theory also talks about how our experiences make us almost experts of our life.
All right, so Sandra Harding suggests that we acknowledge our biases, so tell us more about that.
Sandra Harding, she talks about how we should acknowledge biases. Basically, she's talking about if we do that, then the skewed view that we have on the world would diminish. Ultimately, is how you look at life. That's the way I see it.
So, Dr. Crumpet, what's your critique on the Standpoint Theory?
You know, I agree with it. It's something I teach in my class. It's something that, you know, I have to speak about to my students. And, you know, the Standpoint Theory, ultimately, it's where you stand and where your point is due to the experiences in your life.
Well, thank you for your time.
Oh, no problem. It was lovely. Love being here at the P. It's great.
Please come back and share more of your thoughts on the Standpoint Theory.
Oh, definitely. I have to bring some of my students here. It's lovely.
Yes, you definitely should.
Dr. Crumpet sure is a wonderful lady, isn't she?
I just love her views on dates.
I do too, especially when she's talking about the example there about the, what was it again?
Oh, well, usually when I'm on a date, the guy is just, you know,
He's ready to leave.
he's ready to leave.
I'm right there with you, sister. We'll be right back with you after this short break. Stay with us. Don't let this happen to you. Pre-order my book now, Letters to My Beloved, a story about heartbreak, ups and downs, and life after moving on. Getting my book will help you cope with your latest heartbreak, but hey, it's just a theory. So welcome back, and we're here to tell you some more about some Standpoint Theory. You know, it's really a crazy thing how it just really is all about views in our social society. It really all differs because the hierarchy is just so different across America. What is your standpoint, actually?
Well, Julie, being a news anchor, I am high up in the workforce. I do think that my theory in life has definitely changed since I was in college. Now that I have a job and I've been working hard for it, I do think that I am more prone to better opportunities than I was when I first got out of college.
All right. And I would agree with you, too. With the circumstances and situations that I was in at a younger age, I definitely agree that the world looked a little bit harsher and crueler. but as a strong, independent woman as we are now, I think life has really changed for the both of us.
I agree, Julie.
I mean, hey, it's just a theory. I think we definitely understand now that these perspectives are the core point of the view for individuals and how they see the world. But right now, we're going to go further into the standpoint theory with two students at Austin Peay University, Jordan Davis and Kelly Allen. All right, we take it to you, Jessica Jones.
Well, thank you, Julie and Susan. I'm Jessica Jones, and I'm here with your wonderful governors, Kelly Allen and Jordan Davis. Well, Jordan, please tell us about the standpoint theory.
Well, ultimately, the standpoint theory, from what I learned from Griffin in our comm theory class and Dr. Parker, is that it's ultimately the view on life from our situations and experience that we go through and our social status in the world.
So how does the standpoint theory work?
So basically, one of the examples that they used in one of the articles that I had read was about the slavery standpoint, that the slave and the master, they both view slavery radically different. Also, they used the dating example that Dr. Wilhelmina Crumpet actually talked about previously, was about when you're on a date with somebody and someone's so excited and they're having the time of their life, but yet the other person's ready to get out the door and get the check. So it's in different ways you can experience standpoint theory. It's all how you view it. Just like from a college student to a politician, a college student's going to be miserable because we're broke and just trying to make it, get an education, but yet the politician has tons of money and is very powerful in society. So it's all how you look at it.
Thank you, Jordan and Kelly, for your time. Now back to you, Julie.
So I think we definitely have a further understanding on standpoint theory and how, with different locations within our social hierarchy, they are affected across America, even across the world. So we just want to leave you with the note that life is all how you make it. Thank you so much. My name is Julie Brockovich.
And I'm Suzanne Perry.
Thank you. You guys have a